Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning to some of you. Maybe it's good evening, wherever this finds you. I hope you're enjoying your day today. And welcome to Theta Healing Tuesdays with me, Dr. Lisa. So this is going to be kind of fun for me. Yesterday we did Manifestation Monday. Today is Theta Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday. Thursday is Thoughtful Thursday, and Friday is Frequency Friday. So you're going to get a whole lot of me. Okie dokie. So let's talk about Theta Healing. So I've actually got some updated content, a lot of updated content. I was just on a Love of Self, which is a new 2-day class, or relatively new 2-day class. And I was loosely being a teacher's assistant in that class. And I was there this morning and yesterday morning. So I got to sit with the founder of Theta Healing, Vianna Stiebel, who is actually teaching as we speak still. I left that to come here. And so if you're interested in Theta Healing, you're welcome to, of course, check out the founder, thetahealing.com. And if you're interested with specifically with me, you can look at my website, drlisacooney.com, and see when we're doing Theta classes. And also, if you're interested in Theta Healing sessions, I do have a special package that I do for Theta Healing sessions and also EMDR. If you don't know what EMDR is, it is eye movement desensitization and reprogramming. Works great for lots of different things, but I'll talk to you about that on a different day, maybe Frequency Friday or Wellness Wednesday. Let's get into Theta Healing. Okay, so first of all, Theta Healing is a meditation technique whereby you just work on physical, physiological, and spiritual energies. It's a meditation that helps you get into the spiritual, the physiological, and the psychological healing. And you work with the theta brainwaves, the gamma brainwaves, and of course other brainwaves as well. But the idea when you're in and doing, if you will, Theta Healing, is to get in a very open, receptive, soft, quiet space where you could actually feel and hear and sense yourself, your being, your body, your soul, and your spirit. And then you open and you're guided with the facilitator or instructor to open your psychic centers, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, as well as work with belief systems that are lodged in your subconscious that you actually don't even know that are running your life today even. You only have access to your conscious as we're talking right here. But when you step into the energy of Theta Healing in this meditation technique, you actually connect and open to your subconscious, which is where all those wonderful, pesky little limiting beliefs and patterns that still come up and you're like, wait, didn't I do that when I was 12? I'm 70 now. Why am I still doing it? Little joke, but that's kind of how it goes. And frankly, one of the things that I'm excited about regarding Theta Healing Tuesdays is that I get to talk about something that I love and I have loved from, gosh, almost close to 25 years now. So I thought it would be important to get on and talk about it because I've been using it for 20 something years. And why not just give you a little taste, put a little energy out in the world. So that's what I am going to do. in a moment, but I'm going to talk to you for just another couple of minutes. And I will do a short meditation to reset your energy. And this is something that I'm going to facilitate with you and guide you in, that you can use every day. You can come back to this video and use it every day. In fact, when I'm working with clients, and specifically if I'm working with people that are learning theta healing or come to me as clients for theta healing, I actually give this as a home play, if you will, assignment, which is just fine-tuning your energy field each and every day. At the beginning of the day, you could do it at lunchtime, like we're doing today. Well, it's lunchtime where I am. And in the evening, if you would like. Believe it or not, every interaction that you have, you're sharing energy. And in that energy sharing, you can pick up things from other people. And it's not necessarily negative. It's just picking up energy that kind of makes you get into their world and out of your own world. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, where was I? You know, like when you're driving down the road and this is a little scary. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, can't believe I got here. Wasn't I just there? That's the kind of stuff that theta healing helps you kind of get present with and stay present with in your life, so that as you're driving down the road, literally and metaphorically in your life, you're as present as you can be. Because I have learned the hard way many times, over and over and over and over in my young 55 years on this planet, that 10 seconds of unconscious choice from your subconscious can really create a lifetime of problems. So, theta healing. I actually just spent the month of June, from June 5th to July 3rd. So it was actually full 30 days in Montana at the Theta Healing Institute, taking all new classes. And it was really, really beautiful. And it really felt like coming home. I went to the Theta Healing Institute before it was in Montana, in Idaho Falls, Idaho. And I'll never forget, and some of you that may know me may remember this story, so I will be brief. And what that is I was sick. I'd never been sick before. I was in my young 30s and had an endocrine system issue, I later found out, and I was diagnosed with something. And the option that I was given at the time was, well, my body was just like, no, I'm not doing that. There has to be another way. And the doctor literally told me there wasn't another way. I said, bye-bye. I will find another way. Lo and behold, I didn't know how the heck I was going to find another way, but I eventually stumbled on the internet. I didn't do a search for theta healing, but I stumbled on the internet to theta healing. There was this picture a long time ago of just Vienna Stibel's eyes, and those eyes really draw me in. And I literally heard when I saw her eyes, you will heal here, go. So got myself on a plane or drove, I can't remember. And I went to Idaho Falls, Idaho. I took the class, Intuitive Anatomy, did all the prereqs before then to get there. And I met with the founder. And in that moment, I got enough nerve to ask Vienna a question after class. And I'll never forget the love in her eyes, the kindness in her heart, and the beauty in her touch. And she grabbed my hand and she said, let's see what Creator has to say about that. Literally, she said, God. But again, when I use the word God, people be like, ah, you know, because they affiliate, unfortunately, with a lot of negative connotations from what has been created in the world. But that's a whole other topic. So let me come back. And that is that you work with, in the theta brainwave, the gamma brainwave, when you are walked up to this meditative space, you are essentially merging with the energy of the creative energy that moves through all things. So you can call it God, but it's not a religious affiliation, the God of your understanding. Or you can call it the creative energy that moves through all things. or you can call it the ocean or the earth or whatever, because all of these things that we call our higher power, let's say, all have one thing in common, and that is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Even the cells of our body, adenosine triphosphate, which is spirit energy. It's in the trees, it's in the molecules creating the world, it's in the sky, it's in the sun, it's on the earth, it's in the grass, it's in the plants, it's everywhere. And with that energy of expansion into the energy of all there is, the creative energy of all there is, you can connect your clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient skills and your psychic senses. There's more than just three. With the creative energy that moves through all things, the energy of creation, and actually, with permission, because free will is important, with permission, enter into somebody's space, their energy body, their body and their energy, and request a healing, request a change in a belief system, request a DNA activation, request a field healing, request some genetic work, request a recreation of the heart and the soul. And there are thousands of requests that I have practiced, facilitated, witnessed, and taught over these last 25 years, and all from this one technique, theta healing. And truthfully, it has been the most beneficial modality in my world for now 25 years, as I said so many times. So there's something about it that works, and there's something about it that I'm very loyal to, and it's very, how do I say? It's like it gave me a manual about my energy and my frequency and what I was here to do in the world so easily and effortlessly, without form, structure, or significance, without judgment, with complete and utter kindness, compassion, love. That's my experience. It may not be yours, but it is mine. And because of that genuineness and authenticity of the way that information is disseminated through Vianna and her staff, and the communion with the creative energy that moves through all things, it's something that I very authentically and genuinely can talk about and tell you that I love, and I highly suggest you take some classes and learn some of these techniques, especially if you are energetically sensitive. Now, there's a lot of people in the world that are highly sensitive people. There are a lot of modalities that probably I'm speaking, what I'm saying is probably your experience with those other modalities. That is all fine. Anything that helps move humanity forward, and anything that helps you personally, anything that helps me personally, let's share it. Let's share it. Collaboration in action is really important in the world, and spreading positivity, healing vibes, and sharing information about what works is super important. If you're out there and you're struggling with something somehow, I'm hoping that you take a look at what theta healing may have to offer you, because you actually don't have to struggle. In 30 seconds to a minute, you could actually experience a healing of whatever it is that you're feeling, and it lighten up. Now, best case scenario, that is. It might take a full session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or a couple of sessions, if it's something that you've been grappling with for, let's say, 30 years. However, there are also people that come in to theta healing that have reported instant healings, physical instant healings. And that has been amazing as well to witness, to be a part of. And frankly, every time you change a belief system, and a belief system could be, I am unlovable, I am unworthy, I am poor, I am ashamed, I hate my body, or I hate people. Those are all belief systems. And you could hate people because a person actually hurt you, and you could still hate that person. But the problem is, and the really cool thing about theta healing is that if you say and you test for, I hate people because of this one event where that a person hurt you, because you're around people in the world all the time, your brain does not disseminate on the subconscious, disseminate on the subconscious level that the person that you're hanging out with is different than the person that hurt you 20 years ago. If they do something that smells like, tastes like, sounds like, feels like what that person who hurt you and is still locked in your body and you haven't recovered from it did, you look at a person and you take what was done back there and project it on the person right here in the present, and now you've got a problem in the present that was really started from the past. And that's what happens a lot in relationships, and why conflicts occur is the projections from our subconscious that we don't even actually know that we're there, that are there. Well, they are there. And actually theta healing is has been the impetus for the creation of my signature series and the trademark. Sorry, lost my train of thought for a second. The roar method that I created, it is based on what I learned in theta healing. I just expanded it to the roar method. So like I said, everything is useful, and you can create what works for you from this information. Theta healing just happens to work for me, which is why I spent another month there this past summer. Boy, I'll tell you a secret. It was really nice. It's been a long time that I took 30 days out for just myself to be in my own space and in my own energy at the Institute, taking like 8 classes, facilitating sessions twice a day, receiving sessions twice a day, getting introduced to sound beds and light activations and all these sorts of things. I have all my gadgets on this other side of the office that I use every day. And it's been so fun to play with these energies and also heal. You know, if you haven't taken some time out for yourself, I'm not saying you have to do a month. And it was worth every penny and every moment of it. And it got me reignited into what now, which is one of these resets, which is the reset. One of the outcomes of that time is, let me see how else I can contribute, just for the fun of it. You like it? Great. You don't like it? Turn me off and go watch something else. You want to be involved and receive it? Wonderful. No expectation, just pure collaboration and pure just giving the energy and seeing where it goes. Okay, so that's a little bit about theta healing. Oh, never finished my story. Little ADD, little neurodivergent, or a lot. However, I always come back to center. And that is when Vienna took my hand and she said, let God, let's see what God has to say about that. I literally felt energy come in through my body and right into the area in my endocrine system. But the endocrine system isn't just here. It's your hypothalamus, thyroid, parathyroid, small intestine, adrenals, all of those things. But I felt it going into my endocrine system. And then I felt something lift off and out of me. And lo and behold, when I got back home, I was living in California at the time, and went to get my blood work and see what was going on, the disease was no longer there. Once I literally saw that and that the disease was gone, I packed my bags and went right back to the Institute. This was in Idaho Falls, Idaho. And I stayed there for the summer and got my master's in theta healing. And then I just went back this summer because there were classes that were introduced 20 something years ago that are finally out now. And I've been waiting for those. And so I took those 8 classes this particular summer, and it's really changed my world, changed my life again. I'm a constant seeker. Never stay the same, always change. Same is boring. The only thing that stays the same is change, change, change. And that's what I like to be and do. Change, change, change. Okay, so let's get into this short meditation. So I call this the anointing. And again, this is just something that I put together called the anointing exercise, just for some reason. I don't even remember why I put it together at that. I'm sure it was something from the Institute. When I first learned all these things, we used to work with each other in the beginning of each day. And Vienna literally would say, let's anoint each other, but it was done very differently. And so I just called it the anointing. And what I did was put like 10 or 12 requests, energy requests in a list. And I wrote that up as a PDF, and I would share it with my Theta Healing clients and my Theta Healing students when I was teaching Theta Healing. And I still teach Theta Healing. I just do it more intermittently, more particularly when people ask me to do them, I do them. Otherwise, my client schedule is wonderfully and bountifully full, and I just integrate Theta Healing pretty much into everything I do with my clients. So let's tell you a little bit about the anointing. I saw them posted up there. So here's what I'm going to be doing with you in the meditation on this time. We're going to request to clear and cancel all psychic hooks, attacks, and cords to any person, place, situation, or event. We're going to call all your soul fragments from those situations, people, place, or events back to you, washed off and clean through the creative energy that moves through all things. And then, of course, if you have any energy in your body that belongs to somebody else, we're going to return it to them. And because they're not here, potentially, we are going to return it, and I have Creator return it to their higher self, or Creator in that person, because free will is very important. I don't trust anybody that just comes in my energy field and just does whatever they want to do. No, thank you. We have free will for a reason. And that reason is, do I have your permission to request on your behalf that the creative energy that moves within all things does X, Y, and Z, or A, B, C? And I say that every single time to honor free will, but also to help my clients essentially and my students practice saying yes or no. It's okay if you say no, you don't want something like a command or a request in that moment. Here's the thing I know about people and what I've seen in 30 something years now of working with clients is there's always another moment to say yes. And there's plenty of time to say no. So if you said more yeses in your life, maybe this is the time to say no. If you said more no's in your life, maybe this is the time to say yes. So I give people choice, chance, and I definitely know that there will always be another time. I know that because I know myself. There are some things that I wasn't ready for to change, like alcohol was a big one. I knew it was something very, very destructive in my life, but who wants to not drink? It's nice to have a martini or celebrate a glass of champagne for a wedding or something like that. And well, that's just not my choice anymore and hasn't been for a very long time. And actually, it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So that was a no that I kept saying yes to, that I needed to change to a no. And now it's just something I don't even think about. That's a whole other story. I think I'm giving myself a couple of other topics for some other days. All right, so what else am I going to do with this anointing? We're going to ground you to the center of the earth, connect you up to the 7th plane, which is the creative energy that moves through all things. You'll notice that it says God in there, because this is taken right from and for my Theta Healing classes. Anybody that comes to Theta Healing has no issue generally with the word God or Creator. They've already, by the time they get to me, they probably have already understood that it's not about religion. It's about the spiritual nature of frequency and energy and healing. Then we're also going to repair any rips or tears in your energy field. That's a big one, and strengthen your energy field. A lot of people don't pay attention to the back of them. They pay more attention to aligning their chakras and stuff, but your chakras also work on the back of you. So I'm going to do that. And I love all you guys putting yes, 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 yes in the comments. Hello, everybody. Got some people from Turkey and Canada and Mexico and India, I believe. All right. Multicultural. Love it. We're going to balance and align your chakras, polarities, and meridians. These are requests. I'm reading them first, so you get to say yes. I'm going to open to the level that's appropriate for you at this time. I'm going to request that the creative energy that moves through all things opens your psychic centers to the level that's appropriate for you at this time. Free will, remember. And I always say with theta healing or any kind of healing work, with great power comes great responsibility. My favorite superhero of all time was Spider-Man, and still is. Wouldn't it be cool to just go and swing? It would for me, maybe not for you. But anyway, that was one of the, that's one of the themes of being an energy medicine person, if you will, is free will. You don't just go in there and change things. You make sure the person is with you, because that's 50% of the problem. If they're with you and they want it, it will go. Which is why when Vienna took my hand, I was desperate. I had never been sick before in my life at 30, and I couldn't get off the couch. My business was failing. My finances were a mess. I was a mess. My relationships were falling apart, all because I couldn't get off the couch because I didn't have any juice in my endocrine system. And then I got it back, just like that. Case in point, or at least it's important to note that it did take a full year to get my body out of what it got into to create the disease in the first place. You know that, right? If you get diagnosed with something, it didn't just happen overnight. It's been brewing probably for decades. And endocrine system, voice, speaking your truth. I was a zipit.com child. There was nothing I could say, nothing I could ever be heard about ever, which is so random that now I do a lot of talking every single day, almost to the point of getting tired of my own voice. But hopefully my clients don't. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to go into your brain and get your neurotransmitters a little WD-40'd. Not really, but yeah. And your hormones that run through the blood, we're going to give them a little love. We're going to send unconditional love and instant healing through every muscle, ligament, cell, tendon, organ, and system of your body. And usually something else comes and I'll add that in. And if it doesn't, I won't. Okay. I will be doing this with my eyes closed, and you are welcome to do so too, as we are going to get into the meditative part of this little experiment. Yes, I said what I need to say. Thank you, team, for putting that up there. All right, so I'm going to stand because I sit all day seeing my lovely clients. So doing these lives, I am standing and moving my body. Move your body, move your body. Dance, dance, dance. Okay. You're welcome to sit back, get comfortable. You can sit up, you can lie down. If you're sitting up, have your back against the chair, your feet on the floor. I always start with one hand on the center of your chest and one hand, see me, I'll back up a little bit, come to the side a little bit, one hand on your lower abdomen. Okay. Take some nice deep breaths in, drop your jaw. You know how much energy you hold in your jaw? But maybe that will be for Wellness Wednesdays, more somatic practices. Somebody on my team reminded me for that. But this is how I always start any kind of meditation practice. my own in the morning, Theta healing classes that I'm teaching, or even sessions. Feel your feet on the floor, your back against the chair. If you're sitting up, if you're laying down, just feel the weight of your body on the mattress and let the mattress have all of you. And breathe through your mouth. The mouth connects the mind and the body. It's a little somatic practice. And just for fun, I always say, hi body, hi body, hi body. Hi me, hi me, hi me. Hi earth, hi earth, hi earth. It's not particularly theta healing, but it is doctorly so. Okay, I'm all connected. And now I'm going to ask you if I have permission to enter into your space, enter into your field, and also on behalf of you, your guides, your guardian angels, and whatever you call the creative energy that moves through all things. I will make those 10 requests one by one by one, so you know what's happening. You can kind of track it yourself, perhaps, or just take this time to tune out, close your eyes, take a little nap, take a little breather before you get back to work. If you're driving, do not close your eyes and perhaps pull over to the side of the road. Instead of objects in mirror appear closer than they are, whatever that saying is, it says, do not do this while you're driving. And as you're breathing through your mouth and connecting right now, before I've done anything besides just talk to you, just take an ecological check of yourself and how you're feeling, your mind, your body, your spirit, any pains, any aches, any heaviness, any density, any emotions, or you're just like sparkles, sunlight, and unicorns. Okay. You might find afterward that your mindset shifted. You might find that your energy is recalibrated. You might experience some mental clarity and calm, something different. I'm happy for you to post this in the comments in the chat. Okay. So creative energy that moves through all things, it is requested that first and foremost, you download a healing of unconditional love through every muscle, ligament, cell, tendon, organ, and system of these beautiful beings' bodies. Whether they're listening to it now, again, after it's live, or some days from now. Say yes if you would like to receive just to yourself. And what I like to visualize with this and what I express to my students or clients is imagine like warm melted butter over popcorn into all the nooks and crannies of your beautiful little cells, ligaments, tendons, organs. Imagine that golden light of unconditional love. Or you can imagine white light of unconditional love. I say golden because it matches the butter metaphor, but you know, it doesn't have to be. Whatever works for you. And as I'm connected to this energy of this live with all the people that are on it right now, known and unknown, behind the scenes and witnessing, or perhaps I'm even connected to some other people that have registered and aren't here yet. I'm also hearing to download a teaching into your neural net pathways on the core genetic and soul level, resolving on the history level, what it feels like, smells like, and tastes like, and that you know it's safe and possible, and you know how to and when to allow, and from whom to allow a healing of unconditional love through every muscle, ligament, cell, tendon, organ, system. If you would like this, say yes. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. I had to add a teaching because some of the energies didn't know how to receive a healing of unconditional love. I know that one. I certainly didn't know how to receive unconditional love. I thought I did in my mind. I understood it in my mind, in my intellect, but not in my body. I do now, and hopefully you will too. And the next request is creative energy that moves through all things. Permission on behalf of all these beautiful beings to ground them into the center of the earth. Now, the way that I do the grounding, or I see the grounding, is asking the creative energy to come into your space and open your soul chakras at the bottoms of your feet into the center of the earth. It's like these doors just kind of open in the center of your feet. And then I see this pink light that is shaped in a corkscrew come out through the bottoms of your feet and go down billions and 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 billions to the original roots that were here way before man, people, and hook you into the center of the earth. If you're here and you're alive, you belong here. So there's a grounding space just for you. And if you would like a teaching on that, just say yes to receive. Creator give a teaching to know that there is, if they're here on the earth, there is a place just for them. I also add through your coccyx, your root chakra, to allow that grounding cord to open and another pink corkscrew light to unfold and unfurl straight down in tandem with the two in the soles of your feet, so that you're standing on the earth with like a three-legged stool underneath you, grounded to the center of the earth. And once that's locked in there to the billions of year-old roots, these three cords, then you breathe up through your mouth, vitality, and you exhale, stress, and you breathe up, energy, pure energy, and exhale, anxiety. And you breathe up, belonging, and you exhale, separation. And you breathe up, connection, and you exhale, isolation. Plus, it's a really good idea if we're clearing psychic hooks, attacks, and cords to any person, place, situation, or event, which is what we're going to do next. Now, all that debris has a space to go to the earth, not on your body. So creative energy that moves through all things, it is requested on behalf of these beautiful beings that all psychic hooks, attacks, and cords to any person, place, situation, or event, personal or professional, spiritual or religious, friend or family, step family, biological family, whomever, spouse, partner, significant other, and replace the space with unconditional love. See, for me, whenever you release something, you always want to replace it. And I'm replacing with unconditional love because, well, I'm not doing it, creators, but I have to witness it, which is why my eyes are closed. And I witness with my sight, clairvoyance, I witness with my clairsentience, my feeling and knowing, and I witness with my auditory, my hearing. Yes, I literally hear if it's done. Sometimes I see the images, just depends, but that's a whole other day to explain all of that. Okay, so do a check-in, take a nice deep breath. What I'd like to command and request on your behalf now is to open up your psychic centers and psychic senses to the level that's appropriate to you at this time. Not too much, not too little, just what's appropriate for you. How do I know what's appropriate? I don't. But the creative energy that moves through all things does. With great power comes great responsibility. So just gentle tweaking, which this is your clairsentient centers. Your clairaudient centers are right above your ears. Clairvoyance is the pineal gland. That's your center where that is. And your clairsentience is your gut sense. There's many. There's olfactory. There's a couple of other ones, but I will just leave it at those three for now. Permission? Say yes. And replace the space with unconditional love. Every muscle, ligament, cell, tendon, organ, system of the body. If there are any soul fragments you have of someone else, return it to them. Yes, ex-spouses, ex-partners, ex-bosses, ex-friends, ex-political parties. No joke. You get it. Anything that you don't want to be connected to any longer, or it doesn't even have to be that you don't want to be connected. It could just be complete, and it was great for what it was, and it no longer is. Not a big deal. Say yes to receive. And let's put a thick heart connection between you and all those psychic hooks, attacks, and cords that no longer serve you. So that if there are interactions, they come through, let's say, kindness, compassion, wisdom, bravery, resilience, and gratitude, and trust. And if some of those connections that are in your mind you want to close the door to, just imagine a door. Don't. Turn and walk away. And replace the space with unconditional love. Third, muscle, ligament, cell, tendon, organ, system of your body. Okay. I'm going to ask the creative energy that moves through all things on your behalf to balance and align your chakras, polarities, and meridians to the level that's appropriate to you at this time, as well as go into your brain and your neural net pathways and balance and align your neurotransmitters to the level that's appropriate to you at this time, as well as balancing your right and left brain. Permission? Place the space with unconditional love for every muscle, ligament, cell, tendon, organ, and system of your body. Let's give some of those hormones through your blood. You know the hormones run through your blood. Little WD-40. Little unconditional love for them, to support them to the level that's appropriate for you at this time. I'm also going to ask creative energy that moves through all things, God, if you will, on your behalf to strengthen your immune system and repair any rips and tears in your energy field and replace the space with unconditional love. Every muscle, ligament, cell, tendon, organ, and system of your body. Let me just wait a moment and witness. And I'm going to ask that on request that all who would like to receive this, receive a morphic field cleansing, a morphic field healing. recalibration, to be removed from anything that no longer serves you and connected with what does. You all know whatever it is that is for you, so you think about that and just say yes to receive, replace the space with unconditional love. For every muscle, ligament, cell, tendon, organ, system. And I'm going to ask now for one final instant healing with the virtues of kindness and compassion. Compassion dissipates negativity. Kindness amplifies whatever it is you would like to actualize. Wisdom, courage, bravery, trust, gratitude, faith, respect, honor, authenticity, genuinity, and love. Happiness. And take a moment wherever you are to expand your energy to the four corners of the room that you're in. Place one hand on the center of your heart and one hand on your lower abdomen. I'm going to complete this for now. You're welcome to stay wherever you are. If you're completing this for now with me, you're welcome to open your eyes, relaxed and refreshed. Just take a look around your space. Take another check inside your body and see what you notice. And you're welcome to put it in the chat or wherever this is. And my team and I will see it, read it at some point. And that's my welcome for you for Theta Healing Tuesdays. I hope this was a benefit to you. And what I really wish for you is this. If there's something that isn't right going on in your world, and you have tried over and 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 over to change it, maybe try something different. This could be the difference for you. You could go to ThetaHealing.com. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Theta healers, thousands, millions, all over the world. So you don't have, they can do it in your language. It doesn't have to be in English. All right, my friends, I'm done for today. I'm noticing the time. I have a client, so I'm going to go. All right. May you be well. May you be happy. And may joy fill your soul. Bye for now. See you tomorrow with Wellness Wednesday.